Okay, guys, so sorry about today with our technical difficulties. Try as I might, I couldn't get those two to communicate with each other, the Zoom and the explain everything. So I wanted to point out that this horizontal line is your x-axis. The vertical line is your y-axis. The blue line is what we're trying to find the slope of. And slope consists of a run and a rise. The run is horizontal like the x-axis is. The rise is vertical just like the y-axis. To find your slope, you want to find rise and run in that order. Think about alphabetically. RI comes before RU. So your rise number, then your run number. So slope is going to be a rise over the run. So in this case, your slope is going to be 3 over 3, and that simply equals 1. So your slope is 1. This line is going in a positive direction, so your slope is positive. Sometimes you'll see an M. M is the same as slope. I have no idea why M represents slope, but you'll see M used to represent slope. So you won't see the word that much. You won't see the word as much. You'll start seeing an M. When you see an M, that means they want you to find slope. So here's another example, and we have this black line on the coordinate plane, and we want to find the slope of the line. So here's the rise and the run. The rise is 2, the run is 3. So your slope is 2/3. What I also want to show you is you could have gone between this point and this point. Your rise is 2, your run is 3. So it makes no difference which 2 points you go between, you'll have the same slope. But then you said, well, how do you know where to start and where to stop? These grids are what you're looking for. You're looking to see where this line crosses those intersections. It crosses here, it crosses here, it crosses here. And those are the spots you want to use. You could actually go from this spot, count up 1, 2, 3, 4 is your rise, and then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as your run. And you could calculate that your slope is 4 over 6. However, when you simplify 4/6, it becomes 2/3, hence slope is 2/3. It makes no difference what points you want to use to find your slope. You can use points that are close, and most likely you won't have to simplify your fraction. If you use points that are far away from each other, you may have to simplify your fraction. So we want to find the slope of this line. Now there's something about this coordinate plane that's different than the previous two. Look how these numbers are written. They're not consecutive. They count by 2. So that means from this spot to this spot is 2. From this spot to this spot is 2. So anywhere along in the grid from intersection to intersection, that's 2. From intersection to intersection, that's 2. There are many spots on this graph where I can use to find slope. I'm looking for spots where the graph crosses the intersections. There are several of those I marked in yellow. I like to use the ones that are close together. So I'm going to use this point and this point. You can use any 2 points you want, but I like them to be close together. So I'm going to find my slope. So from here to here, I want to figure out how far away it is. I can't fly like a bird to Grandma's house. I have to walk down the street, turn the corner, and walk to Grandma's house. So I'll figure out my rise. 2, 4. Remember, we were counting by twos here, so my rise is 4. My run is 2. My run is 2. And I can simplify my slope. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So my slope is 2. I also must figure out if this is a positive slope or a negative slope. In this case, it is a positive slope. So my final answer is 2. Positive 2. Okay, in this problem, they have 2 points marked for us. Now, I don't have to use those points. I could actually use something in between, because whenever I look in between here, I find this spot. You see the line crosses here also. So I could actually use this spot without going all the way up. But let's count all the way up like they want us to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my rise is 10. Now my run. My run is 1, 2, 3, 4. My run is 4. Now I can simplify this fraction by dividing both my numerator and denominator by 2, and that would give me 5 halves. So my slope is 5 halves. Now, I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to write down 2.5. Because if I want to take this 2.5 and use it as slope, well, slope only has the 2 numbers, the rise and run. Here I have 1, 2, 3 numbers. So don't convert this into a mixed number. Leave it improper. There will be times when you need to convert it, but the majority of the times you just leave it as an improper fraction. Okay, here's another example. And here they have a lot of dots for us to use. So I want my rise and my run. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go to this point. Notice how I'm going in a downwards direction. Since I'm going downwards, I know that my slope is going to be negative. So I'm going to start here and go down 1, 2, 3, 4, then go right 1, 2, 3, 4. That did not turn out the way I wanted it to be. They're supposed to be on top of those lines, but it did not work out very well. Let me see if I can fix it. I'll probably do more damage than, there we go. Let's try to fix this now. Okay. That's a little better. Anyway, let's continue on. So I can reduce this. It's still going to be negative. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So my slope is negative 1. Okay, so in this case, you have a triangle, and you might see something like this in my HRW. And they ask you to find the slope of each side, each line segment. So from A to B, the slope, B to C the slope, and of course C to A the slope. So let's try some of these. So let's do AB. So the slope for AB, we need our rise and our run. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's our rise. Our run is 1. So simply my slope is 7. Let's now do from line segment B, C. My slope for that. So I'm going to do rise, 1, 2, run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So rise was 2, run was 6. So that slope is 1/3, and that's also a positive slope. And the last one is line segment AC. So my slope is going to be negative because this is definitely a negative slope. So let's count our rise and run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is our rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is our run. So 5 over 5. In this case, slope is -1. Again, you'll see this on MyHRW. You may or may not have to find a slope for a triangle, but that's how you would do it. Okay, the last one we have here is this rectangle. Now, keep in mind that rectangles have opposite sides parallel to each other. So opposite sides are parallel to each other in rectangles. All right, so let's find the slope. This is point A, this is point B. Let's go from A to B. A to B, what's our slope? So our rise is 1, 2, our run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 over 6, or simply 1/3, and that's a positive slope. Next, let's go from B to C. So B to C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all right. Oh, wait, I think I went too far. I think I went too far. Try again, Miss Anderson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 better? Yeah, okay. So 9 is better. So B to C. My rise is 9. Oh, that's a negative slope. And our run is 1, 2, 3. So my slope, oopsies, our slope is -3. Okay, so here's D. So C to D. So CD. That's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 2 over 6, and that's a positive slope, and that'll be 1/3. And our last one is going to go from A to D. So my slope, 1, 2, whoops, that's yucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that'll be 9. And then 1, 2, 3, 9/3. And that's a negative slope. So that's going to be -3. What a mess I've made. Okay. So notice that the slope of AB is 1/3. The slope of CD is 1/3. These are opposite sides. Opposite sides of a rectangle are parallel. They have to have the same slope. The slope of BC is -3. The slope of AD is -3. Opposite sides are parallel. They have to have the same slope. That will help you out in some of the problems that you do. Good luck. See you Monday.